Hello, everyone. My name is Katie. If this is the first time you are arriving at my channel, I do planning videos, plan with me's during the week with Makselife, but I use my Laurel Denise planners for work. Now, a lot of times I do copy in a couple things into my Makselife and a little part of it that may be like, okay, I need to do that little task that day, but this one, so I've been using it 2022. I picked this up last year around this time, and I just love the layout so much. It works. I know it's working for so many people who are neurodivergent, and it works with their brains to be able to see everything at once. And that is a key thing. I do have ADHD. I also deal with chronic illness. And so planning my time is really important to plan it around my energy. And I also use a pencil because I'm constantly changing things because of my energy. And so that's why I call this planning my energy, because I'm just taking each day at a time, and it helps to see everything. So then you can see when you move things around how it's going to be, how I can rework things if I need to. I'm also a mom, and my son's autistic, so there's a lot of flexibility needed to take care of him as well. So I did order, they had fantastic covers this last launch, but I ended up buying pretty much the same exact one. Some people were saying, especially if you have vertigo or any kind of eyesight conditions, that the patterns might have been a little too much, and I think they're beautiful. This one was plain on the inside here, but this next year is a beautiful pattern. So this doesn't bother me so much to see, just like once in a while, and then you kind of like open it up and you don't see it as much. So I'm not going to do like a whole review on this planner because there's tons of reviews out there. There are some changes. The only thing I've written in here is this. I wanted to see how many squares there were because they did away, because I wanted to like see how many squares there were here, and they did away with the habit tracker kind of thing down here. And what I was using the habit tracker for, let's just go to last month. Here is I was keeping track of Instagram posts, YouTube videos going up, my podcast going up, reels and lives I was doing, and my newsletters that go out. So there's quite a lot here. The other thing is I put in stickers for the moon phases, just the full and the new moons. I do put like one flower sticker up top because I just felt like that kind of went with the theme of everything. It's kind of like this almost antique feel, and I just put different flowers at the top there. And I'm able to kind of go back, and I only used one color marker in here. And so, I'm all I see is red, and then I kind of mark what, like if I have doctor's appointments or things like that. So looking at this last month here, I'm kind of part of the way in and kind of seeing like, okay, I'm kind of spreading out my posts. So I'm not sure exactly how that's going to translate here, but I'm just kind of excited to see what happens. Now, when I do plan, so this was this last week, I had a day out, and that because I just went out with my mom and we did some fun things. But for the most part, what I'm planning is on this column. I know it's horizontal. So let's backtrack just a tiny bit. I am a vertical planner. My Makselife is vertical. I need to see the hours and see how things overlap. In this planner, I don't time things yet. If I had a much bigger Instagram account or social media accounts that it mattered what hour of the day, I would have gotten this vertical. What I'm using it for instead is these are the daily tasks that I'm doing. And then this is what's being published on those days. So I can record my podcasts on Thursdays, but they're being released on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday of the following week. So I may be recording next week's podcast here, but what's going out are these 3 podcasts. I do like 5 to 15 minute podcasts. They're not long. But I'm doing them. I can see here what's actually going out. So I work in like, okay, what's right in front of me? But what I was getting tripped up on was like, what's actually being published though? Because if I auto-publish something, I don't see it and I forget that it's going out. Or like, yeah, if I publish, especially like if it's a YouTube video that's like 5 days to a week in advance, just like this video, I am filming this here. Do I have that? I don't have that. So, I'm going to put LD planner because I wasn't sure if I was going to get to it or not. So I'm just did a plan with me and now I'm doing this one. I'm filming it here. Y'all, I don't say y'all, you all are going to see it here. So I really needed to see like these are coming out next week. How is that going to fit into, and then I have a video going out here to see that, okay, these 2, and I could color coordinate these a lot more. I know a lot of people use this planner with a lot more color coordination, and I think that is amazing. I use a lot more colors in my Makselife throughout my day, but for here, and it might help me actually to say like these 2 are YouTube videos, these 3 are podcasts. So what I also have been doing is I have used an app that on Instagram, it shows you, it can kind of pre-show you what your grid will look like coming up. I think it was Planoly. I've used Later before, but Planoly allows you to kind of use for free a bit longer. I was having trouble seeing how my grid was going to look. And so I started doing these little squares here going, okay, this is a podcast reel that's going up for my podcast on my grid. Then I'm doing a check-in, which is a pre-recorded video that's a reel. Then I have like my Tiny Tidy Tuesday teaser. It could be, usually that's a photo. So I like to do a photo of that. Then I had just a random photo that I wanted to put up of where I was that day. And then I did a check-in at the end of the week. So that's a live. So I do like 2 check-ins a week. On Mondays, I have them as just a little video so that they're really short because it's like less than 60 seconds and I'm not going to hop on live for that. But for the end of the week, it's about 15 minutes of being on live. I've been playing with possibly being on longer for a different kind of video, but that's fine. I used to do a lot more lives, not so much. And then I'll do like a plan with me photo. So like P for photo, and then it's the plan with me. And because I'm dyslexic, I get ahead of myself. The M's and the W's get a little mixed up. That's okay. And sometimes I tie it into the newsletter. Sometimes I just have like, so for me, it's important for certain posts to be 3 posts apart for me. I kind of just like that for my grid. Now it's not like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on my grid. It's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that actually gets things going diagonal. Why I like that, I don't know. It's just kind of what's falling into place. And so if I look here, I see like, oh, well, I did a couple here. I kind of didn't do any posts here. And then I did a whole bunch last Friday because I had a reel for a video I put out, a podcast, a reel, and then I also had that check-in for that live check-in. And then I had like a reel the next day. So this really helps me to see like what is going out. So this to do today is actually over here, and then, you know, so vice versa. I don't really use anything here other than making some notes about what the actual posts were. And then moving forward, I can kind of put those little squares in and kind of see it a little bit better that way. And these are just a bunch of ideas on my YouTube stuff. So I started doing this quite a few months back. Well, I pretty much had this whole planner to do it this way. I wasn't doing the squares until just this last month. And then some of these months I had a whole lot more. So this was one where, you know, I'm just checking these all off. These are all going out. This is all the work that I'm doing, what to write. I think I was writing in my blog at some point in here. But anyway, it's been a huge help. And so that's, I wanted to give a little update because I hadn't done that for a while. Now in this new one, this was a lot floppier this year. I'll have to put that back. This is nice and sturdy. And yeah, I think I'll do something over here for the tracking. I also have a spreadsheet that I track all of my posts and like how many reels I'm doing, how many newsletters, how many podcasts, how my subscribers are. Like I have, you know, I track all that within like an Excel sheet, but it's called Numbers on the Mac. So they changed this a lot too. I also would track numbers in here, and I'm not going to show you that, but that's in the other one. The paper feels a lot thicker. What I found really interesting in this new one too was when you get to the end here, yeah, and how to use these pages. These did not have dots. Let's see. It kind of changed that part up a little bit. I guess they did. So it's still dots here and still plain here. Yeah, I guess that's the same. They just put a header. So there is like less space at the top. But I think I'm okay with that. I would use things at the very top, but then I have all this blank space here. And I'm not showing you. Okay, so at the top here, this one all the way up, and I would write like a little header, and then I would rarely get to the bottom. And then I loved putting these little stickers here. They're hidden. So it would make me open this up, and then I could use this and look at lists here. So that was my strategy there. And again, I just thought these were nice. And these are all from Sterling Ink. And this one too. But in the, let's see. In this one, they have a bunch of extra pages, and they also have this new, I'm going to see if I can use this template. I don't think I'll order the new Makselife template. They have a really nice metal one, although, oh wow, that matches exactly. That's pretty cool. And they lined them up. That's wonderful. Yeah, we'll see. So there's grid for a while, and then there's, which I could do some tracking back here, and then there's dot grid. I prefer dot grid. I'm a graphic designer as well, and I really like dot grid, especially when I was doing web design and I could mock up pages and things. Like it gives you enough structure, but it's nice enough to not have those lines be distracting of the design. So yeah, I'll have to kind of like see how to use them. And then you got the back pocket that is beautiful this year. So we'll see how to use like 31, because 30, there's 30 boxes and then like this kind of half at the bottom. So if there's 31 days in the month, like how will that look? I'm trying to think what else. So I will go through and put some stickers here and little ones here, because I love that motivation. And I'll put the moon stickers. Now the other one had some like little corner stickers to use for days off. I don't know if I'll do that this time, and I might take a more neutral approach and not have the red in here. The red is from like Makselife red is for work. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, it does feel kind of weird down here to not have that tracker, but I also got really behind in using that tracker. So it may be more helpful to kind of just see those little squares here and count those up, because those actually ended up being a little bit more accurate. And then maybe like tracking something here. So I just kind of wanted to show a different use case of how to use a Laurel Denise planner, because a lot of people are using this for daily. I could see myself possibly at some point getting the vertical one of these. I'm maybe using it for every day, maybe. But I love Makselife. What I love in Makselife is that it is there's a whole lot of room in there for reflecting. And I could see how you could use like this space here. Let's see. How you could do a lot of, I actually do use this area for like reflecting on the month, or I could use it here. I think it'd be nicer to have like them here. Like, and have these more as my lists. So little tweaks. I just think like little tweaks moving forward, but I still have like, I'm not veering off of the plan that I've had of how I use these. I see so many really cool ideas, and she came out with a lot of stickers that match the width of a lot of these columns and things, and lots of accessories for this. I love, her designs are just gorgeous. They're just gorgeous. So, and I did get these. So I got this washi tape set, and I'm loving these. I love how I'm using them in the fall, like I'm using these 3 right now, but I feel like I can use these year round. Like these colors, like spring, and mixing in some of these. This is like a dark green, but you could like, for Valentine's Day, you could do pink and green. Right now it's like fall. Definitely this color is so amazing. And the gold is a wonderful little accent to have, especially when I have some gold in here. So highly recommend these, but that's all I have, from her stuff. So that's all really I can recommend. So I hope that helps, and let me know if you have any questions about anything. I know there's tons of reviews out there. Go and watch those. But if you want to use it as more of like a social media planner or a work planner, I think I'm leaning more towards social media planning, because I just couldn't wrap my head around it. It was just too confusing about what was going out, and what I was doing that day. So yeah, I hope that helps. And thank you for joining me. If you really enjoyed this, like it on your way out. If you want to see some more plans that I do, I also, as I said, do weekly plan with me's in my Makselife. I also do Tiny Tidy Tuesdays, which is about organizing. I also do like a 10 minutes better on the first Friday of every month, which is just kind of taking 10 minutes out of your life. And so those are actually both done. They're collabs with, the first one is by Sunday Dawn of The Helpful Home. The second one is by Melinda, Plain and Simple. And I've loved that I've been able to participate in them, because I really feel like they reflect planning my energy, taking my time, slowing down. If I don't have the energy for something big, those 2 collabs are all about taking something really, really small. And I think also you can do that with this, taking every day really slow and small, and not like, I've taken years to build up to this many social posts and videos going out, and I can see next year of scaling back a little bit more. I might be overdoing it just a little, but I'm not. If something was really bothering me right now, I would stop. I would say, nope, that's not working. But I do kind of want to see things through. The main thing I'm thinking about is the 3 podcasts a week. I'm coming up on 100 podcasts, and I only started in April. So what I think I will do is finish out the year, get to 100, because I'm at 75. And then heading into the new year, I think I'll do once a week. And I think that will feel really good. But this will keep me from going bananas, this planner. So thank you for joining me. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you next time. Bye!